In today's lesson, we will be learning about eukaryotic cell structure and function. The lesson will go into all of the different organelles that you will find in eukaryotic cells, specifically animal cells and plant cells, what their function is, and the major differences between animal cells and plant cells. Structures of cells. The structures inside of cells are called organelles. Organelles are specialized structures found in eukaryotic cells. Organelles perform specific functions within the cell to maintain homeostasis. Some organelles are membrane-bound and others are not. An example of a membrane-bound organelle would be mitochondria. An example of a non-membrane-bound organelle would be a ribosome. Organelles found in a generalized animal cell. Here is a picture of some of the organelles that you will find in a general animal cell, including a nucleus, nucleolus, cytoplasm, lysosome, endoplasmic reticulum, plasma membrane, Golgi body, etc. And here is a diagram of the organelles found in a generalized plant cell. You'll notice that a lot of the organelles that are found in a plant cell are also found in an animal cell. There are a few differences though. Plant cells have an organelle called a chloroplast. They have a central vacuole, and they also have a cell wall that surrounds the cell membrane. The first organelle that we're going to talk about is the nucleus. The nucleus is the control center of the cell. It is a membrane-bound organelle found in both animal cells and plant cells, and its function is to hold the DNA. It houses the DNA. The nucleus is surrounded by a structure called the nuclear envelope or the nuclear membrane. The nuclear envelope is two lipid bilayers that is dotted with thousands of nuclear pores. The function of the nuclear pore is to allow material into and out of the nucleus. In the center of the nucleus, we find an organelle called the nucleolus. Nucleolus is found in both animal and plant cells. This is the site of ribosome production. In the nucleolus, it produces two parts to the ribosome, the large subunit and the small subunit. These subunits pass through the nuclear pore into the cytoplasm. Then the two subunits join up to form one ribosome. Small unit, large unit. The ribosomes are non-membrane-bound organelles found in both animal cells and plant cells, and these are the site of protein synthesis. All proteins are made by ribosomes in the cell. Ribosomes can be found either free-floating in the cytoplasm or attached to another organelle called the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are the most numerous structure in the cell. We have thousands and thousands of ribosomes within one cell. The next organelle is the endoplasmic reticulum. It is a membrane-bound organelle found in both the animal and plant cell. And it is an extensive internal membrane system that accounts for more than half of the cell. It is a very large organelle. and it connects the nuclear membrane to the cellular membrane. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it has no ribosomes attached to it, and it functions to make lipids that will be used in the cell membrane. The second is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. It has ribosomes attached to its membrane, and its function is to help in the production of proteins. The next organelle is another membrane-bound organelle called the Golgi apparatus, found in both animal and plant cells. And it is a stack of loosely connected membranes, and it functions to modify, sort, and package proteins made from the endoplasmic reticulum. These proteins are either stored in the cell, or the Golgi apparatus will send it to the plasma membrane to be secreted out of the cell. Another membrane-bound organelle found in both plant and animal cells is called the lysosomes. Their function is to digest carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. They are able to recycle organic materials, breaking them down so that they can be used again inside the cell. Lysosomes can also destroy old organelles that no longer function. They clean up debris that can build up in the cell by breaking them down. Lysosomes also have the capability to destroy an entire cell if needed. Another membrane-bound organelle found in both animal and plant cells are called vacuoles. However, their shape is a little bit different depending on if it's in an animal cell or a plant cell. Vacuoles function as a storage area inside the cell, and they store excess water, salts, proteins, and carbohydrates. In animal cells, you will find many small vacuoles. In plant cells, you get one big central vacuole. So the central vacuole is just one large vacuole found in the center of plant cells. When it is filled with water, it creates pressure and it gives strength and support to the cell. Its function also is to serve as a storage area for extra water, extra salts, extra carbohydrates. The next organelle is another membrane-bound organelle found in both plant and animal cells called the mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It is what gives the cell its energy. It functions in cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is the process of converting glucose, or sugar, into a usable form of energy for the cell called ATP. The cell then uses ATP as an energy source so that it can function. In plants, however, they have an organelle that animal cells do not have called chloroplast. So chloroplasts are found in plant cells and in some unicellular organisms that are able to photosynthesize, because this is the site of photosynthesis. Chloroplasts absorb sunlight energy and convert it into chemical energy of a glucose molecule. So they take sunlight and convert it into sugar. The cytoskeleton is a non-membrane-bound organelle found in both animal cells and plant cells. Because all the other organelles are not free-floating in the cytoplasm, they are actually attached to the cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton is a network of protein tubes and fiber tubes that provide an internal framework and support system that gives shape and organization to a cell. It aids in movement, and there are two types of fibers, microfilaments and microtubules. Centrioles are another non-membrane bound organelle found in only animal cells. They are a cylindrical shaped organelle composed of proteins called tubulin. They're found in animal cells and they function during cellular division and mitosis in animal cells. The plasma membrane is a structure found in both animal cells and in plant cells. It is also called a phospholipid bilayer, and it helps to maintain shape of the cell. It separates the internal environment from the external environment, and it regulates the passage of materials into and out of the cell. In plant cells, they have an extra structure called the cell wall, and it is a supporting structure found in plant cells and fungal cells, and its function is to provide support and protection. It is composed mostly of cellulose, which is a tough carbohydrate fiber. Now that we've gone over all of the general organelles found in eukaryotic cells, I would like to show the difference between animal cells and plant cells. Both animal and plant cells have a nucleus, a nucleolus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, ribosomes, mitochondria, and a plasma membrane, as well as cytoplasm, cytoskeleton. Specific to animal cells are lysosomes, centrioles, and certain structures that aid in movement, like flagellum. In plant cells, and vacuoles, small vacuoles. Plant cells have a cell wall. They have chloroplast for photosynthesis. And instead of many small vacuoles, they have one central vacuole.